Well, thank you for coming in today. So I have a list here of things that you previously have talked to me about and that you wanted to bring up today in our session.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one being the main idea of all of them were mostly around your dating history or lack thereof. So I kind of thought we could maybe talk about kind of a history of your emotions with dating and stuff like that. And maybe can you think of like your first crush you had as a kid, elementary school, middle school, stuff like that. So think a little bit about that maybe.
So probably in elementary school, I feel like since I was really quiet, I never liked someone because I thought they liked me. I just liked someone who was like charismatic around other people, just because I didn't talk to anyone. So I just does that make sense?
Is it kind of
like attracted to their personality, but not liking them because I thought they liked me, just liking them because I think they're.
So it sounds like, and I'm kind of interpreting this as like you liked the quality they had because you didn't have that quality.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were attracted to people that were outgoing. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that started in elementary school, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably because I wasn't outgoing.
Yeah. And that
from elementary school to high school.
And that was something you desired to possess.
Yeah.
Mostly. Okay. So, were there, certain people, or was it more just, you noticed a constant attraction to people that were outgoing?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really, pinpoint certain people, which I also think has been an issue.
Okay, and why do you think that's an issue?
I don't know. I feel like everyone has, crushes that they've had since, middle school or, high school that they're like, oh my gosh, I really like that kid.
Yeah.
But I don't have that.
So, you feel kind of as though, it's odd that you can't think of one person. Yeah. And does that bother you?
It doesn't bother me. I just think it's weird. So maybe it does bother me.
So it's kind of you just feel a little bit. It sounds like you feel a little unsettled with that feeling. So,
yeah.
Okay. So that was.
But that also could be because I never think anyone likes me.
And why do you think that is?
I don't know.
You don't know what. So is it that when you're? Have you had opportunities where it's obvious that someone likes you and you haven't maybe? Are you clueless to it?
I don't know.
I
feel like I can pinpoint people's emotions very well, but maybe just not in that sense.
Yeah, the romantic
I can tell when people are obviously mad at me or I can read people well, but not when it's
romantic.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty common. I think for myself too, just thinking about that. It's a very vulnerable emotion to have and put yourself out there in any romantic sense. So I think, therefore, I know from my own experience, you don't know where you lie with certain people. So it's a very vulnerable place to put yourself in, and that's why it's so hard to read other people. So you have a hard time reading other people in a romantic sense, it sounds like. Yeah. So that was middle school, you said, in elementary school. So high school, did that change at all? No.
I feel no. So I had the same friends I've always had, and I only gained 2 or 3 more friends.
Yeah.
Which are good friends. And people liked me, and I wasn't weird, but I wasn't a relevant person.
You felt irrelevant?
I didn't feel irrelevant, but
you just felt a little
there.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So it was more, was it insecurities maybe that were hindering you from wanting to seek anything out?
I don't think so. I think it was more just I don't know.
Yeah.
Not insecure, but just very comfortable with the way I was and not seeking that out.
Okay, that makes sense. So you were just content with how life was going.
Yeah, and I kind of just accepted that was the way it was.
Okay. And then come college, were there changes there? Because I know college is a big time for a lot of people to change.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was more open to meeting people and kind of just not getting rid of old Paige, but being, because I definitely am more outgoing.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot more outgoing than I was before.
So you feel like college was a turning point almost?
Kind of, in a way.
Okay. And what do you think caused that maybe?
I don't know, might be due to going somewhere where I didn't know anyone, so I was forced to figure it out myself and not be stuck in my comfortable bubble.
That makes sense. And you did say in high school you had the same
friends.
Yeah, from grade school. So these are completely, and they didn't follow you to college at all?
No.
These people? Okay. So you really had to put yourself out there a lot. And do you feel like you did that in any romantic sense at all, or was it still kind of stagnant?
I don't know. I mean, I think I, like, to say I'm, like, inexperienced in, like, hooking up with people or, like, being intimate with someone, I'm not inexperienced. Like, I've definitely had, like, that side of things, but I've never, like, had someone genuinely like me.
Okay. So it's the emotions that maybe you
right.
lack. Okay, so you are fine with the physical aspect,
right.
is what it sounds like.
To an extent.
Okay, that makes sense. So are you, in friendships you've had, do you feel like you've lacked maybe emotions in friendships and it's kind of now transferring into romantic relationships or wanting that?
What do you mean?
So, like, so you lack the emotional aspect in a romantic relationship. And I'm trying to see maybe if that also happens in your friendships that have no.
I feel like I cater to people's emotions a lot.
Okay. And what do you mean by that?
Like, if someone's bothering me or someone, like if someone pisses me off, I'm not one to, like, come up and say, like, you're pissing me off. Like, I just let them do what they want to do.
Oh, gosh. You let them get through it and go through it. Okay.
Right.
And why do you think you do that?
Probably just because I don't want anyone to be mad at me.
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know. Like, I don't like when people have a negative opinion towards me.
Yeah. So you're, like, it sounds like you're just afraid of rocking the boat with certain people.
Right.
Okay. So.
Or maybe it's fear of, like, ending that relationship.
But do you think you would end a relationship with a friend just by being mad at them, like, one time?
No. But there are situations where I let someone drag me on so long with me being so mad at them and I did have to cut them off.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that before we go into that. So what do you mean? Like, tell me exactly what that meant, because I'm a little confused.
Well, so in high school, I guess I knew her from elementary school through high school.
Okay.
We were, like, best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to college, and she, well, first of all, in high school, she got a boyfriend senior year who I literally didn't hate him, but, like, he was just a waste of time. Like, he didn't talk. Like, he just, like, literally was mute. Like, wouldn't talk to me or any of her friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and she was just, like, kind of in her own bubble with him, but, like, it didn't actually seem like she actually liked him at all.
Yeah, you sound very just, like, angsty about it and upset with her. Still, even, about it.
I don't know about still, but just, like, thinking about it, it just annoys me that I never said anything earlier or, like, tried to rectify the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's, like, for the better.
Yeah. Okay, so she had a boyfriend senior year, and then what?
She kind of, like, fell into a different crowd. Not a different crowd, but just, like, thought she was better than her close friends, which obviously annoyed me.
Yeah.
So then the time she did break up with him, which was, like, February of senior year, she obviously, like, she's been wanting to break up with him for a long time and just never did. Mm-hmm. She was too scared. She really broke up with him at McDonald's.
Okay. Okay.
So, then after that, she wanted to be friends again, like, good friends. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not going to say anything.
Did you feel almost used, maybe, in that regard? That, like, she could go off with this guy and then come back to you and you're like, well, what the heck? Like, why didn't I matter?
Yeah. So that's probably why I never said anything.
Yeah.
Because then we all graduated and it was, like, fine. Summer after graduation was fine. Mm-hmm. I feel like, honestly, I can't really remember. But then we all went to school and she got a boyfriend literally the first week of school and has been dating.
Of college?
Yeah.
Okay.
And has been dating him ever since.
Okay.
And all that kind of turned into, like, she chose someone over other people.
Gotcha.
And she never...
So her priorities changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she never said anything about it.
Yeah. And then because of this boyfriend, is that kind of why you think you...
I also don't want to be the person who, like, gets a boyfriend and, like, cuts everyone off. Because that's, like, my biggest pet peeve in the entire world.
Yes. That makes a lot of sense why maybe you haven't pursued some romantic things, because you've seen negative things.
Right.
Yeah, and that's super frustrating to watch.
Yeah.
Like, your best friend.
Plus, I deal with it with multiple people.
So it's not just this girl.
Right.
But that was, it sounds like to me, like, your biggest loss.
That was the first one.
That
was the only person that's, like, ruined a friendship.
Okay.
Over.
So the boyfriend ruined the friendship. Like, having a boyfriend.
I mean, she did, but he was part of it.
Gotcha.
Granted, I don't even know him, but...
Yeah. He was a part of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you, to me, so like you said yourself, this, watching other people do this makes you kind of fear in yourself if you had, like, a boyfriend.
Right. Like, I don't know how I would act.
Yeah. And does that kind of scare you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think how to phrase this. Do you want to seek romantic relationships? Because we talked, so you say you're, like, worried about having a boyfriend, but you also brought this up and is wanting to talk about this in our session. So to me, that's kind of
it's like a contradicting
feeling with yourself. Yeah. So how would it feel to have someone in your life that's special to you, that you have in a romantic sense?
Honestly, I don't know. Just because looking at other people's relationships and, like, looking at my parents' relationship, like, I can't grasp how I would act.
Yeah.
Mostly because this is, like, also probably part of it, like, my parents, I've never seen them, like, display, like, any sort of, like, PDA, or, like, I think it's more my mom, who's very non-affectionate.
Yeah.
And that's probably where she's very, like, I don't need a man to support me, like, I'm happy I have my husband, I love him very much, but I'm also my own person, I don't, like, need someone to take care of me.
Gotcha. So
which I think stems from my perspective of, like, I don't want to have to rely on someone else.
Yeah, so you learned from her, and therefore that's why you are the way you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, that's tricky, learning from a parent things that you...
Well, that's all I've seen as, like, a relationship, like a long-term relationship.
Yeah, and that's tricky as you're the child trying to learn from parents.
Right.
Like, well, how can I make
Plus,
this
has never been a topic of discussion.
In your household?
No.
Ever? Okay. Did you want it to be a topic that you talked about?
No, because I probably never thought, like, I never thought about it. That's the thing.
Okay.
And now it, like, creeps up.
Yeah, and you're like, what the heck? Like,
yeah.
How do I feel? And it's
like,
confusing.
I'm 22, I've never had a boyfriend / romantic relationship.
I think you feel like that's super uncommon, but it's not.
I know.
I think a lot of people haven't had any romantic relationship in any form at this age. So don't feel as though your feelings are so bizarre, because they're not. Like, I've not had a boyfriend at 22 years old. I've had interest, but I haven't because it's not been the right time.
Right.
So do you think maybe, are you feeling like you could be ready for a relationship in any way at this point, or are you still kind of, like, wanting to explore stuff?
I feel like I'm not ready. I don't even know when I would be ready.
Yeah. It's hard to put a label on it.
Like I said before, like, I wanted to have, like, I needed a job before I ever did anything, because that, like, stressed me out.
Yeah.
Just to, like, meet someone and, like, not know what I'm doing with my life, which also was, like, a red flag. Like, I shouldn't feel like I have to do that.
I don't think that's a red flag. I think a lot of people want to get everything in order before they move forward with something else. So, but you do have the job now.
Right.
So do you feel like there's almost this pressure in yourself to...
Not pressure, but just, like, I'm the type of person who likes to check off, like, boxes.
Gotcha.
And, like, that's just a box that's never been checked off.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel that it's not been checked off?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if it bothers me or if it's just, like, me telling myself it's fine.
Yeah. But, like, is it actually fine?
No.
Yeah. Because clearly you brought it up, so it probably isn't sitting fine, actually.
Right.
Yeah. So, one thing going off of what you also talked about previously was the idea of, like, you said you've had physical relationships with people, but not in a sense of emotional intimacy.
Right.
So, tell me a little bit about a short history on that. And it sounds like it started in college, mostly.
Right. I mean, when I got to college, I was never experienced in that way at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of, like, went, like, full force. Not, like, hooking up with whoever, but, like, I was more open to just kind of, like, I don't care, like, I'll I'll make out with this person, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Maybe because I was watching other people do that, and, like, I thought it was fine. And it never bothered me. Like, I wasn't the type of person to be like, I'm going to kiss this person, and I'm going to, like, be obsessed with them.
Yeah.
After every single person I do that to.
Yeah.
Which I think is my personality. Like, I'm not one to get very, like, attached.
Yeah.
To things. I don't know.
So, no one really that you had a hookup incident with ever turned into anything?
No.
And you think that's because of your lack of attachment?
I think
people?
I have just a very, like, protective guard up for myself.
Okay. And why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Has something...
Nothing's ever happened that would, like, cause me to do that. I don't think.
I think something did happen slightly with the friend that you lost.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, sounds like someone that was you said, like, your best friend and someone that meant so much to you. So maybe, although it wasn't a romantic relationship, people process friendship loss, I think, very similar to how they, like, process, like, a romantic loss or, like, a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of almost, in a sense, like, broke up with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so, therefore, you're transcending into, like, a romantic, a relationship of any type. You're just kind of closed off because of that, maybe. Mm-hmm. And that could be a total jump, and I could be wrong. But that's kind of the incident that you feel like you don't have. I view as kind of a big incident.
Yeah.
Kind of. Do you think that could be true?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you say you're closed off, but you kind of want to explore more options.
Yeah.
So, how have you done that at all? Have you, that's kind of bad phrasing, but have you sought out, like, dating apps?
I mean, yeah. Like, I obviously like people telling me I'm pretty.
Well,
or, like, I like that people give me attention.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to get to anything more than that. Like, that makes me uncomfortable.
And what does uncomfortable look like?
Just, like, I don't know.
Is it a physical reaction that you have? Because you're already tensing up, I can feel.
I don't know. I mean, when I'm, like, go out and I meet people, I'm totally fine. And, like, it's really easy for me to talk to different people and, like, have a conversation with them. But when it comes to, like, genuinely talking to someone, like, about real things in a romantic sense, it, like, really makes me uncomfortable.
So the surface level is easy, but once you dive in.
Right.
Yeah.
That's also probably why hooking up with someone is easier for me than actually, like...
Yeah. Is it almost because they feel temporary a little bit?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, I'll be like, oh, this doesn't matter. Like...
Yeah.
I won't have to talk to him ever again.
Yeah. And that makes sense. That's, like, oh, I can just have, like, a quick conversation and then he's gone or she's gone and, like, doesn't really matter. Okay. That makes sense. So, you said you've done dating apps, it sounded like?
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I've never, like, gone on a date.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Do you want to go on a date?
I mean, I feel like I can't perceive how I would act.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how I would, like, approach the situation.
Okay, well, that kind of transcends, I think, that's a good transition into an exercise we can work on together. So, maybe, and it might feel uncomfortable, so keep that in, like, the back of your head when doing this exercise, but I'm thinking maybe we could practice, you and I, like, you as yourself and me as someone that you'd be going on a date with. I know you're laughing because it's uncomfortable, and it will feel uncomfortable, but practicing the idea of, like, what that would look like, how you feel during it, and you're going to have awkward laughs, that's obviously going to happen obviously I'm probably not the person you're going on a date with,
right?
But maybe just practicing how that conversation would look, and so therefore, like, when you do feel like you want to take that next step, you're able to. Does that sound like something we could work here on? Mm-hmm. Okay. I know, it's not obviously natural in this sort of setting, but an ideal date, would you want to go, like, coffee or... No coffee. Okay. So, are you someone that you think...
I feel like I can go on, like, a walk.
A walk. Okay.
Weird.
No, that's not weird. I actually think doing activities is really easy and something that's very, like... Casual. So maybe something like you don't have to, like, make direct eye contact with someone, like, just kind of... Okay. So, we're going on a walk.
Uh-huh.
Are we going somewhere, or
Let's just walk around the park.
Okay, so we're walking around the park. So, we met up. We're just talking, so maybe, like, how was work this week? That's something they would ask you.
Okay.
So,
and I would just
practice, like, kind of like, I'll go, so how was your work week this week?
It was good. I just started a new job, so it's been really busy, but I actually like it a lot better than my other job, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
To keep going.
Yeah, how was the other job? Why'd you switch?
Well, this new job kind of just fell in my lap, so I decided to cut off my other job because I wasn't very happy, and I didn't feel like I had that much responsibility.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take on a new role that kind of more, like, defined my, like, career choice, I guess, because what I was doing before, I thought I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But when I started working there, I realized a lot of people, like, what they do isn't exactly, like, it wasn't I'm an interior designer.
Oh, cool.
So,
cool.
Like,
so I don't know anything about that, so can you tell me a little about it?
So I thought I wanted to do, like, commercial design, so I was doing, like, hotels and resorts and stuff. And I thought it'd be super, like, exciting. Like, I would get to pick all this cool stuff. Like, I would get to go to all these places. And that's not really what it ended up being. Granted, like, it was my first job. But just watching everyone else, it was very, like, stagnant and, like, kind of repetition of the same, picking the same stuff or going to the same place or just, like, being annoyed with their clients.
Yeah. Why'd you want to go into interior design? That's so unique.
Well, I originally didn't want to do that.
Oh, really?
No.
I know, it's uncomfortable. It's okay. Laugh through it.
I was originally going to do chemistry, except I wanted to do something in the medical field.
Oh, wow. That's so different.
So then I started to do that, and I really hated it, so then I switched. Kind of like a rash decision. Like, still didn't even know what I wanted to do, but I just, like, picked interior design out of the blue.
Oh, cool.
So then I just knew I was more creative than, like, sitting in a lab or something like that.
Yeah.
And I knew I wouldn't be happy, so.
Have you always been creative?
Yeah, I would say so. Like, I mean, I did, like, art and stuff and dance my whole life.
Oh, growing up?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I did.
So now.
Yeah, I did some art, too. That was something I liked as a kid. So, okay, pause for a second. You seem so uncomfortable when someone's trying to create a connection with you.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Why?
I don't know.
It sounds like you also feel like you got, like, tense. Like, I saw your body stiff up when I tried to make this connection. What about it was uncomfortable?
Maybe that's relaying back to, like, not wanting someone to, like, I don't know how to phrase that.
You were really open to talking, which was nice to see.
Yeah.
But then when someone tries to take that next step to, like, create this connection between the two of you, that's what you didn't like, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how did it feel, like, talking about yourself? Was that easy?
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard for me to talk about myself.
Yeah. Well, that's a good sign.
But
So
I think it's hard for me to, like, do the give and take of, like, me also trying to be interested in their life. Not that I'm disinterested, I just don't want to seem, like, too
eager? Is that what you're worried about? Yeah, so you're worried by showing interest in them that you look.
Like, worried they don't care enough about me for me to care about what they have to say.
But why wouldn't they be interested in you?
I don't know.
I think that's something you have to realize. Like, you're an interesting person, and it sounds like to me you need to build up some, I'm not even sure how to put it, somehow build up some confidence in yourself. Because you said earlier, like, you could talk to anyone. That's a trait a lot of people don't have. So recognize that as a strength in yourself. So I think in order to, like, change your mindset into taking that next step with someone else, that, like, you have to be confident in yourself to have someone else want to be interested in you.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to be interested, but you have to recognize, like, I'm interesting. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you and I right now can talk about things that you are proud of in yourself and things that I know it's uncomfortable. No one likes to praise themselves, but talk about some things that maybe you feel confident in yourself.
I mean, I know I'm good at my job. Like, I know I'm good at, like, taking responsibility and, like, knowing my role wherever it might be, like, not even at work, just, like, even, like, in my friendships and stuff. Like, I feel like I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Which could benefit, like, a romantic relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
But other than that, like, I don't know. Like, people say I'm a very picky person.
Okay. And what does picky look like exactly?
See, I don't know, because I just think I have normal taste in
okay.
things, but people always tell me that, like,
is it people?
I'm very selective when it comes to, like, the way I live and, like, who I think is attractive.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, so other people have told you you're picky, but you don't feel that way.
I mean, I don't think I'm not picky. I just don't think I'm as judgmental as people think I am.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. So it's like it's like you don't think outwardly you look picky. Is that kind of okay? But other people do view that. Like friends have told you that. Is that what you said?
And like parents.
Your parents have said that.
Siblings.
Okay, gotcha. So is it like, what do you think they maybe could be like identifying? Is it like a way like your face looks? Is it your body language? Like, what is something that they think is picky, do you think? Just this little, like, looking at yourself in the mirror.
I mean, I am judgmental.
Okay.
I can't say I'm not, because I know I am.
Okay. Well, that's good to identify it.
But I, like, don't think I'm judgmental in, like, I don't know how to word this. I don't think I'm a mean person. Like, I'm very, like, open to helping other people and, like, doing what I can to, like, be someone's friend or, like, be the best friend or whatever I can be.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, seeking out, like, new situations or trying new things or, like, meeting new people, I'm very guarded in the way I pick that or spend my time.
Okay.
Like, so I'm not going to waste my time, and people know that.
And maybe that's why dating has been something difficult, because you don't want to
waste my time doing
waste
something.
your time. And a lot of dating
is wasted time.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And that bothers me.
Yeah. So
that's also why I got a new job, because I felt like I was wasting my time.
Gotcha. So you've just been kind of cycling through things, and you're not really ready to cycle through people in a relationship. That makes sense. Okay. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to probably, if you want to have a relationship with someone, like you said, you're probably going to have to waste some time.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought, though, is like maybe you might not enjoy this, but you could, on these dating profiles that you have, you said, was it, you use Hinge, I think, you could, like, specify certain things, and you might have to pay money for this, and I don't know if that's something that you're comfortable with, but, like, the preferences, so, like, paying for those extra settings, helping to, like, narrow down, like, the scope of people, so therefore you're not going to be wasting as much time.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think that's something, like, you maybe...
Yeah.
Maybe not now, but eventually, if you're, like, ready to get there, I think it would help not waste time, because that seems really important. Like, your tone just showed that. So, okay, let's think about, like, next steps. So let's we want to, probably after this session, I'm going to suggest maybe leaving time in the day, like at the end of the day today, like, leave this session here and think about just the rest of the day, kind of in the back of your mind, things in yourself that you're proud of. Because I saw you really listed a couple, but there's so many things more to be proud of in yourself. Like, you came to a session here today, so obviously that's, like, I just see, like, strength to come and willingness to learn and listen. So I think trying to make a list, like, right before you go to bed, of things you're proud of, so keeping it in the back of your mind all day. So that's something I think would be good, because I think that having that list is really going to help you when you go to these, like, dating profiles or, like, go on dates eventually, like, to feel, like, already confident in yourself, because you know you have this many things that you wrote down just for yourself to have. So trying to find that confidence in yourself and find more characteristics that you should be proud of. Sound like something you could do?